Hello and welcome to another edition of Canutillo Convos, the official Canutillo ISD podcast. We are here again in central office with our fearless leader, Dr. Pedro Galaviz. Doc?
Cold.
It's cold, yes. I'm Gustavo Reveles. I'm the Director of Communications for the district. And we have with us, like always, Laura Caballero, who's our comms specialist extraordinaire. And we have a phone dropping over here. But we have a special guest today, Doc. We have someone that is going to be a prominent figure in our school district, Mr. Robert Simental, who is our newly appointed trustee for the Board of Trustees. Bobby, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be here.
You know, Mr. Simental, the Board of Trustees this Monday interviewed. They spent a whole evening. We were here pretty late. They spent a whole evening interviewing candidates. We had a variety of people that showed interest in serving the community, serving Canutillo. Spend time with each one of you, interviewing you, grilling you really behind closed doors to make sure that you guys fit the profile for the future of the district. Tell us a little bit about what drove you to seek this position and how you reacted to their selection.
Well, it was a long evening on Monday, but the reason I've always wanted to be on the school board. I've like I said, I grew up here. I've been here all my life. My whole family went to school here. My brother, my nieces, nephews, my son, my granddaughter is presently enrolled in Canutillo District in the new Montessori program, and she loves it, and I love it too. And this is my community. This is my home. I love it. I wanna be a part of it. I want to make sure that our children, our students, have the tools they need to be very successful. Canutillo is doing a great job. The administration is super. The board has been doing a good job lately, and we're, like we said, we're a AAA rated school. We're the best small district in Texas, and I want to make sure that we keep it up and get better. And that's why I want to be here. I'm passionate about being on the school board, and I love my community, and I want to help.
Great.
And I'm ready to work.
Great.
Let's get your brother, County Commissioner Sergio Coronado,
correct,
was a board president.
He was on the board for a while, for a long time, and that was one of the main reasons I hadn't run yet. I helped him in all his campaigns, and I was a part of it. I would help, cafe, other things, and I was always involved. I just was behind the scenes.
Yes.
But now he's moved on, and I think it's time for me to.
Well, you were there when he had ligaments between his knee bones.
Oh yes, when he still didn't. I was there. I saw him when he actually did that to his knee.
Oh man, it's painful.
It looks painful. But Doc, you obviously were not part of the decision making for the selection, but you're someone that's gonna work with Mr. Simental and the rest of the board. How important is it to have a good working relationship with the school board members, and what does this mean for the district?
Well, I think with Mr. Simental and Bobby, it's really a fit within the team. So as a team, you could spend a lot of time, for example, looking at how much we have a warrant report, right? Mm-hmm. How much cakes we bought for $10 for teacher appreciation, for nurses appreciation. Small dollar, right? Which is really, in my opinion, micromanagement. Or you could spend time working as a team for student outcomes, looking at big budgetary, how are we allocating resources in order to create an optimal learning environment for our kids. And so again, it really depends, are you here because you have your own agenda? Do you have your own agenda as a trustee? Which, again, I'm sure every superintendent, every district, you have that. But are you really here to add value to the team? So that's what we want. That's what I want. That's what our team wants. And I know with Mr. Simental, again, we can work. And he's going to allow, I hope again, he's going to allow us to work and not deal with the trivial, the mundane, in the weeds, if you will.
Right.
Those questions that take time away from staff.
And from our mission and vision.
Yeah, it takes time. And and that's why I'm excited to have Mr. Simental or Bobby as the community, as I know him. And again, to be Team Canutillo. So
Mr. Simental, you obviously are bringing in a wealth of experience. Like you said, you're a lifelong Canutillo resident and supporter. Your kids, your grandkids, you yourself, your family have been through Canutillo. You've seen the transformation of the school district to what it is today. But I'm sure you're coming in with ideas of where we're headed and what we need to do. What are some of your priorities as you jump on the school board that you want to see us tackle as an administrator?
Well, the first thing to me, I think the most important thing to me and to the district is tackling the infrastructure, the bond that we haven't been able to pass.
Right.
I think we need to work together as a board and with the administration. I think the administration is doing a fantastic job. We as a board need to do better, I believe. As far as the community knowing, they've been doing a great job letting them know.
Mm-hmm.
But we as a board have to stand together. And I think if we can do that, if we can work with each other, we can get this thing passed. And it's dearly needed for our school, for our community, and for the students, which is the main reason I believe we are here. We need to make sure that, like I said, we got to give them every opportunity to succeed. And that's, to me, is the most important part of being a school board member at this time. Also, there's a lot of other things we need to address, growth and like Mr. Dr. Galaviz said, we need to be able to work with them. We need to move away from this micromanaging the little stuff, and we need to see the big picture. And I hope I can bring that, and I can convey that to the rest of the board and convince them that that's what we need to do. We need to see the big picture because we're here to make sure that Canutillo is going to be forever a AAA school or keep going, and our students are always going to be very well prepared to take on the rest of their lives.
Right. And obviously the appointment of a trustee, you're filling an unexpired term for 2 years, that term that Mr. Coronado had.
Correct.
Earned through election, and obviously this is not abnormal, it's not unusual. This is something that happens frequently in many school districts. But there's been people that have shown up to school board meetings advocating for the simple selection of the next top getter in the previous election, right? And someone that you just plucking someone from an election process that is closed and passed and doing that. They've been very vocal at school board meetings. And the school board decided to go in a different direction. They decided to go in a direction of interviewing people and selecting someone through that process. What do you say to someone who says that that they wanted someone else to be sitting on that seat, that they wanted someone to be, someone who's not you sitting up there?
Yes, I understand. Somebody else that ran that did better than me in the
Yes.
election. And you know what? We all ran. There was 10 of us
Right.
running, and we ran. The three top vote getters, they got in. The thing is that the rest of us had an opportunity to stay interested, and if we really wanted to be part of this, they could have all applied. And then the board could have seen each and every one of their qualifications. Just because you get the most votes doesn't mean that you're the most qualified. And we know that in our country. We recently
Right.
at the highest level, we know that just because you get more votes than somebody else doesn't mean you're the best qualified. Now, I like this the way they did this to the unexpired term, because they get to actually, the board gets to actually see what what you bring to the board. And if they were really interested in it, and if they really had their heart in it, they would all applied. They didn't. 3 of us did. There was 7 that didn't make it, and only 3 of us applied. So it actually seemed like they weren't that interested. They just wanted to run and see if they could get in. Now, I was very passionate about running, and I'm very passionate about getting this position. Now that I'm appointed, I'm gonna do my best. Like I said the other night, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and work with everybody, administration, everybody. We to do the best thing for our district. And after that, I'll run again. And if I don't get in, I don't get in. But at least I'm gonna give it my all. And the board thought I was the best, the most qualified of everybody that applied, and that's why they chose me.
Right. And there's some allegations that like it's that it was pretty familiar because a lot of the board members and all that. I mean,
but this
be
is
that as it may,
I grew up here. I know I know everybody on the board.
It's hard not to know someone, right?
Right.
But the decision has been made, and you're here to serve, and you mention your priorities for students, mention your priorities for employees, and making sure that we move forward. What do you want to do, or what do you plan to do to sort of bridge that gap between those people that may not have supported your appointment, and making sure that they see you for the work that you want to bring?
In other words, let's address the rumors.
Correct.
That are flying, that are going out.
I mean, there's tons of. I don't want to give fodder to rumors that are.
I love that word, fodder. That's who used it again. You used it the other day, and I didn't know what it meant.
I don't want to give credence. I don't want to give. There's rumors everywhere, right? There's rumors everywhere.
There's rumors about Aaron Rodgers, where he's going.
Yeah, and there's tons of rumors, and those can be detrimental, and those can be really harmful. But
or a waste of time.
Correct.
A waste of one's energy because it takes us away from the kids, like you said.
It does. Rumors are damaging, especially to people that they're not true. If they were true, they could bring it out and they could show the proof. But they can't, so it's just a rumor. And like we were talking I was talking a little while ago about our country and who's voting and whatever. We're seeing our politicians at the highest level just spreading rumors.
Yeah.
And for some reason the country is looking at that and saying, oh, that's okay. It's okay to spread rumors. When it's not. If there's a truth to it, then there's a truth to it. And of course, I understand we're kind of politicians. We're out here and they want to know what where we're coming from and if we're a good person or not. And that's fine. But when it's rumors and when there's no facts behind it and it's lies, then that's very detrimental to everybody, not just to me, to whoever is linked with me, as far as a rumor. And that's not what we're here for. Mm-hmm. We need to, and I need to we need to tell the public, the community, that's not the right thing. If they want to know something about me, they can ask me.
Well, and I will ask you this. Do you feel there's any conflict of interest with you and any other board member here?
There is not whatsoever.
I think there's a big conflict between you and I. I really do. And the reason why, because I'm a Green Bay Packers fan.
Dallas Cowboys, my friend.
Well, that's the end of this podcast.
But
now we're really going to fight.
Yeah. No, that is a disqualifying factor right there.
But at the end, we're both Canutillo Eagle fans.
Exactly. We're both the Eagle fans.
And there we go.
And that's what every board member can say, is that we're all here to support kids.
Right.
Yes.
We're all here to support, and again, and I don't want like 7-0 votes or 7, because you want discussion, you want dialogue, you want conflict, because only through that you're going to get better, because you're going to listen to other people's opinions, and they may be different from your own, which is okay. Right. You don't want, again, I think all of us want Canutillo to be better. We see this growth that's happening on. We're getting TxDOT calling, sending us stuff, right? They're calling, telling us they want to take our building. And so we're going to have to work together to, as what you said, plan our way out.
Right.
Either with the bond or without the bond, growth is coming.
There's no way out of it.
And again,
And you know, Doug, you bring a great point on these 7-0 votes, and I think there's a misconception out there that we want, 7-0 votes, 7-0 votes, and I think what administration wants is, learned votes, votes that are substantial and that come informed. Whether they're 7-0 or 4-3, that they come with substance, right? And ultimately, I think, and I'm gonna speak for you here, but I think we're not above being held accountable. So this votes and whoever's sitting up there on the school board, their job is to hold us accountable, and we wanna be held accountable.
I think, and you're right, because we want to be held accountable on what's good for kids, not what's good who voted for you.
Right.
Because many times, if whoever voted for you, that's who has your ear.
Right.
Because they have your cell and they have your text number, and then they're telling you, we had an item on the agenda, and people kept saying, the community member said, I don't really care what a community member says. I care whether it's good for kids. And if the research is backed by that, and I feel bad because I didn't speak up, because I'm about to present at a national conference, and this vendor is a highly reputable vendor in social emotional learning, and we turned it away because community member, and it wasn't based on kids. And I think that's what you want. If you're going to vote no, vote on because it's what's good for kids, not what's good who has your ear for the adult. And I think that's
or to get a vote.
You're right.
I think one of the main reasons I didn't do well in the election was because I was for the bond. And I said that we have to. I said we have to pass it. And a lot of people run on no new taxes, no more taxes. That's the politician forever, right? And a lot of people like that. But that wasn't what was best for our kids.
Well, and Mr. Simmons, I think you're completely right. I think sometimes an easy answer is not the best answer, right?
Correct.
And being up there on the school board, and I'm speaking as someone who's never run for office, never held office. Obviously, it's easy for me to say that. But I can say honestly that I think the bravest politicians are not the ones that vote. Yes, other times the ones that make difficult choices, and sometimes making a difficult choice is the hardest vote.
Correct. You got to vote with like Mr. Dr. Galaviz says, with informed, and then vote your heart. Vote your heart for the kids, but you got to be informed, and that's the way you make a decision. It's not just because, like he says, somebody in the community says, "Well, you didn't vote the way I wanted to." We can't be scared that they're not going to vote for us. We need to make sure that and the bottom line is our kids, the students, and that's the way we should.
I always go through the Liz Cheney syndrome, right? She's a Republican, went against the January 6th, went against former President Trump, and then she got not voted, right? But she still had, in the end, her honor and her integrity.
And there's a lot of Republicans that did it.
Yeah.
Well,
but they're not newsworthy.
Right. Well, and it's really a matter of whether you vote for something or against something, right? And we can have a 4-3 split, we can have a whatever split. But if you're voting your conscience, and you're voting your conscience because you firmly believe that's what's best for kids, I mean, that's what's driving you, right? That's your opinion. We don't always have to agree. Not everybody agrees on approaches to any issue. But as long as we have a school board that is passionate about children, passionate about this community, and making sure that we reach our potential as Canutillo, I think we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think we will be. I think
we will. We have a great group. We have a great administration, and I think we have a good board.
Definitely, I think we have the potential to be that premier suburban school district that is going to be the best, not just school district in Texas, but in the country. I think we have what it takes. We have the educators, we have the families, we have the students. hopefully soon we'll have facilities to manage.
Yes, desperately need that.
Great, great. Well, Mr. Simental, we look forward to having you be part of this wonderful team of Canutillo people here. Welcome. And we'll see you guys next week.
Next week, I'd like to take this time to, one, my thoughts and prayers, sorry, Steve Blanco, goes out to the Michigan state community where that shooting was. And one thing on the rock was how many more lives are we going to allow gun violence, and when are we really going to take a stand, not only in this country but this state. So, but again, Michigan State, but also to the people of Turkey and Syria with that massive earthquake, and they're still finding bodies. And I just want to, again, there's a lot bigger things happening in this world, and making sure that we given that it's post-Valentine and that we still love each other, and we still going to, what's that Italian place?
Trattoria Bella Sera. Trattoria Bella Sera.
Trattoria Bella Sera.
We're getting free advertising over here.
Yeah, free advertising. Awesome Italian place. But again, remember to love and give every day. And welcome, Bobby, and looking forward to serving you, and as well as the kids that we come to our doors every day.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Again, it's been a pleasure, and it's an honor being here with you all. And hopefully we'll see a lot of each other here in the very near future.
You'll see a lot of us, that's for sure. Thank you all. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Take care. Stay warm.